This morning is, what day is it? Wednesday, March 25th. And this is my first attempt at live streaming a barre class, so I'm excited about that. All you need this morning are weights. I've got a little pair of 2-pound weights. So you need weights, you need a wall or a chair, or I happen to have a bar in my workout room in the basement, so I'll be using that this morning. But any of those things will do. So today is barre and flow. So we'll be doing some warm-up, standing warm-up poses. We'll be doing a little bit of core work, then some arm weights, glutes and thighs, a little more core, and then moving into a vinyasa flow portion. So you can do just the barre, you could do just the flow, or you can do a little bit of both. So it'll be about a 40 to 45 minute class, and let's get started. Now, I'm not gonna use any music because of music licensing stuff, but if you have music at home that you'd like to use and you wanna move to the beat of your music, please, by all means, feel free to do that. If you have music in your head, as we all do, you can move to the beat of that too. Let's get started. So begin to march your knees up and down. And maybe sway your arms with it. And I have my yoga mat underneath me right now, but you can be on a floor or on your carpet or whatever you have going on in your house this morning. Also, if you don't have weights, you don't have weights. You can use a couple soup cans, you can use whatever you like for weights, or don't use them. So keep it moving, just getting the body warmed up, 9 a.m. So we'll see what happens here with how my hips are feeling and arms and shoulders are feeling. This is just that point of investigation where we're starting to move and figuring out what's going on with our body, where any of the crankiness is in our bodies this morning. Let's take that over the top and take a few twists, and you can move slow or you can move quick. It's probably a little more challenging to move slow, stepping your feet just a little wider than your hips so you have better balance this morning. Now this is going to tell you where those shoulders are feeling it, and getting into the obliques as well, feeling that space in the side body. Keep pulling your belly in. Every time you set your foot down, get a little bit taller, a little bit longer. Keep breathing. This is going to be my challenge this morning, to teach this and do the whole thing and breathe, because I don't normally do the whole thing. Step down onto both feet so the feet are underneath the hips. We'll start with some flowing chair poses, waking up quads and hips, keeping your heart nice and open. So even though we're coming down into chair, keeping the heart open and the hips high. And breathe. Inhale up, exhale down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, and just letting your limbs move a little bit here. Hard to be in the house. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Big exhale, big inhale. And an exhale and an inhale. One more time. Exhale, inhale. Let's hold it low for a chair pose. Little pulses, lift and spread your toes, connect to your middle. Keep it going, maybe reaching the arms to goal post or to cactus arms, or maybe out to a V. Keep your breath going. Trying to get the heart rate up a little bit this morning, which is challenging to do in yoga, depending on what style of yoga you're doing. So it's nice to combine it with a little bit of weight work and getting the heart rate up. With your in-breath, stretch up. And press up through the palm of the right hand. Take a little crescent moon to the left. Feel your limbs unlocked, your body stretching long. And bring it on back to center. Press up through the left palm and a little bend to the right. And bring it on back to center. I'm going to check and make sure everyone's hearing me because I don't have my phone over here with me. So if you need to get some water, if you need to go find your weights or a towel, go do that. You've got 30 seconds. So you get to be privileged enough to come into my messy workout room, which has been a godsend during this time when we're kind of stuck in the house. So let's come on down for a little bit of core work. So we'll start on hands and knees in a plank pose, dipping one knee and kind of crossing it to the other side of the mat. So we're getting into the obliques. Looks like this. Hands underneath the shoulders. Now, if you want to stay down on your knees, you're going to lift and lower one knee. If you're up on the knees or up off of the knees, you're going to do a little tiny twist, taking that right knee over to the left. Now we'll do a set of 8 on each side, a set of 4 on each side, another set of 4 on each side, and a hold for 8 counts. Let's get started. Hands under the shoulders and stretch back through the heels of your feet. If you have your knees away from the floor, again, you're going to take that little twist. If your knees are on the floor, you'll simply lift and lower that knee as we do the twists. So taking a breath in here, take that right knee slightly left, a tiny little dip, keeping the shoulders over the heels of the hands and the chest squared forward. Bring it to center. Here's 2 and 3, 4, 5. Keep tacking your navel up towards your spine. Here's the last one. We'll switch to the left side. Left knee comes slightly right, tiny little shift to the hips. Now, if you have your knee on the floor, you're lifting and lowering. Last 2, last 1. 2 sets of 4, 3, 2, 1. Left side 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more set here. 4, 3 to the right, 2 to the right, 1 to the right, to the left, 2, and 1. Holding here for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5. Strong plank. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees down a little bit wider than the hips. Now you can come into a puppy stretch or maybe a child's pose. Flip your palms to the sky and bring your forehead to the floor and relax here. Come back and catch your breath. Rise back up to hands and knees. Coming down to sit, we'll continue with a little bit of core work this morning. So reach for the backs of your thighs. Find almost a little C curve here through from the tailbone up to the low ribs. So really hug your belly down towards your spine. Bring your hands behind your thighs. We'll march the right foot 8 times, the left foot 8 times. 4, 4, 4, 4, hold boat pose. So lift and lower that right foot. Keep tacking your navel down towards your spine. 5, 6, 7, 8. Switching to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 to the right. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Hug your navel to your spine. 4 to the left. 3, 2, and 1. Right. 3, 2, and 1. And left. 4, 3, 2. Keep hugging your belly down. Reach for the backs of your thighs. Sit up a little bit taller. Roll the shoulders back. Draw your navel down towards your spine. Flex your feet and reach your palms up if that serves you this morning. Otherwise, keep your hands behind your thighs or maybe behind your hips. Keep tapping into the strength of your core. Open your heart a little more this time, so lengthen out through the spine. Maybe you have the option to extend your legs long. And maybe you're like, I'm not doing this. I'm just sitting here watching you having my morning cup of coffee. And you can do that too. Bring your hands behind your thighs, roll all the way down to the floor, hug your knees into your chest, and rock and roll a little bit here from side to side. Good to get up and move first thing in the morning. rock and roll yourself up, and we're coming up to some arm weights here. So grab those weights. Did you know it's super helpful for you as you age if you can get up from the floor without using your hands? Good use of core and leg strength. All good. We're going to learn a little bit about that as we go through these barre classes in the next few weeks. So grab your arm weights. We're coming back to that chair position. So feet just a little bit wider than the hips, or feet underneath the hips and knees and heels in a line. We'll start with a little chair bend as we do some bicep curls. We're starting and ending with biceps today. Now, if you did my barre routine last week, 2 weeks ago, this one is very similar. So it'll feel good and familiar in your body for the first go back. So begin to bend and stretch your legs, coming into a little chair pose. We'll add those biceps. 2. We'll do 3 sets of 8 here. The last set of 8, we'll do a little 3-count pulse and a 1-count lift. So I'm just using 2-pound weights because my 5-pound weights are holding up the iPad, but you can use whatever you like. And again, you don't have to use weights. You can just fan your hands out and use hands coming in towards the chest. You can still engage your biceps even without weights. And I lost count, but you guys don't care, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. One more set of 8. 2, 3, 4. I think I mixed it up, didn't I? 5. No, maybe not. 6, 7. And now we come into the little 3-count pulse. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen. 3, 2, 1, and lengthen. Here's 3 and 4. Engage the bicep every time. 5, 2, 3. Extend. 6. Coming down into that chair pose. Here's 7. Extend, and 8. Extend and shake those arms out. Step your feet just a little bit wider than your hips now. Toes can turn slightly out. Bring those elbows in next to the ribs. So we're kind of working this area underneath the arms that continues to wave after we wave. So let's get rid of some of that while we're stuck in the house, right? So elbows in, palms up like you're holding a tray in your hands. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you'd like to add a knee bend, you can add a little knee bend here. So not locking out through the elbows, just extending your arms so you feel the biceps and triceps engaged. We've got 2 more sets of 8 here. So let's enjoy it. What do you want to talk about this morning? I wish I could see comments, then I would, be able to respond. But right now I've got a couple devices going. We've got 1 more set of 8 here. 7, keep hugging your belly in towards your spine. Don't let that go. Everything is about core. 2 and 1. Bringing those weights forward. We'll do a little movement here like we're in the boxing ring. So just pull back, 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 back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Circle forward, 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 forward. 5, 6, 7. Circle back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Circle forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 more set back and forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Circle forward. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back to the tray here. So elbows in, palms up, bend the knees and lengthen. Bend and lengthen. Again, if you don't want the bend, don't do the bend. Just stay tall. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, you don't need weights to do this. You can use soup cans. You can just turn the palms of your hands up if that's a better option for you. 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it going. 1 more set here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. And shake those arms out. We're coming into a position like our legs were in Warrior 2. So we'll bend into that left knee. Place the left elbow on the left thigh. That right foot should be parallel to the wall or the short edge of your mat, or maybe turn slightly inward towards the center of your mat. Left knee, you can see, is directly over my left heel. Toes are spread wide. I'm engaged through the legs. And as I engage through the legs, I engage through my core. Left elbow down. Bring that right weight in towards the right shoulder. Little tricep work here. Extend back and next to the hip, engaging the tricep. Draw in and back. 2, 3, 4. We're going to mix it up a little bit and take that arm long after 2 sets of 8. And then we'll come back to our last set. 7, 6, squeeze, bicep, tricep. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that arm back and up and above the ear for 8 counts. 7. If you're using a heavy weight, put it down or grab a lighter weight. Pay attention to how the shoulder's feeling this morning. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to that tricep. 8, bicep, tricep. 3, 4, keep hugging those feet together. 6, core strong. 7, and 8. Rise on up, curl the weights up, bend and lengthen. Curl and bend. Curl, bend your knee. Curl, bend your knee. Curl, bend your knee. 6, 7, 8. One more set of 8 here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn your feet. So your left toes turn forward, your right toes turn out. Same sequence, other side. So we're bending into that right knee. I'm going to move this way a little bit. Ooh. So the right knee is directly over the heel, tapping into the strength of the core. Left leg is long with the foot parallel or slightly turned in from the other edge of the mat. Right elbow comes down to the thigh this time. Keep that space underneath the right ribs. So don't just dump in like you're watching TV and you're like, all right, get me through this so I can have my cinnamon roll. I want some engagement here. So draw the right ribs through, draw the left heart open as if you could pull this whole kidney band through. All right, so let's start with triceps here, hanging on to those weights or just using a fist. Extend for tricep, bend for bicep. Here we go, 2 counts of 8. Extend, bend. 2, 3, 4. Don't forget about the core, keeping the front and back body really long. Tricep, bicep. One more set of 8 here. We'll do the long arm. 6, 5. Draw your navel to spine. 3. Keep rolling the heart open. Long arm now. Take that arm up. Again, dropping the heavy weight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to the tricep work. Extend, bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rising up for that bicep work to finish. Bend, curl, bend, curl, bend, and curl. Here's 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it going. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, strong core. 3, stronger core. 2, and 1. Nice job. Turn those toes. Set your weights down. Take a wide leg forward bend. Keep those knees unlocked. Maybe a little shift and shimmy from side to side. This is called Skandasana. I like to imagine myself surfing, So you can kind of work out those hips and hamstrings this morning. And then just hang out here. Soften your breath a little bit. Soften into your limbs. And bring your hands on up to your waist or rise on up to stand. We're coming to the bar. You can use a wall. You can use a chair. I'm going to kind of use the bar on this side and then the treadmill on this side just so that you can see what the heck I'm doing. So with your right hand on your bar, bring your heels in, your toes out. We're moving towards glutes and thighs now. So we're going to do a standing sequence with narrow legs, wide legs, doing some lifted and lowered heels, bend and stretch. And then we'll do a little series at the bar. But you can also use the wall for that, or a chair. So if you need to grab something, go ahead and grab something. I'll wait for you for 15 seconds, all right? Good morning, Nordonia Hills, or wherever you're joining us from. I'm a morning person. I've always been a morning person. Ask my parents. My dad has never been a morning person. I annoy my class sometimes at 8:30 in the morning when we're doing this. So if you're annoyed too, it's totally fine. You're in good company. All right, hopefully everybody has some type of surface that they can hang on to, whether it's a wall or a chair, or if you are lucky enough to have a ballet bar in your home, that's pretty awesome. I had a dancer, and now that I'm teaching bar, I thought it was important, and boy is it important now. So bringing the heels together, toes apart. So in a narrow first position, so not super wide, we don't want a giant piece of pie between the feet. We just want a small slice of pizza or a piece of pie between the feet. And again, you can hang on to a bar or a wall or a chair for stability. Keeping the heels close together, really zip up the legs every time you lengthen. So from the heels up through the inner legs, all the way into your low belly, feel that length, feel the zip up and engagement through the quads, through the glutes, through the core. And we'll begin a little bend and stretch. Now you can bring your left hand to your waist, bend and stretch, and we'll do 3 sets of 8 here. Bend and stretch. Now you can be super lazy with this. I can't see you, right? Even when I do have people in the studio and I can see them, it's hard to tell if they're really engaging their legs. So you get out of this what you put into it. So keep that in mind. 7, 6, zip it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, one more set here. 2, 3, zip it up. You should feel it all the way up. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lift your heels, bend your knees, squeeze your heels slightly together. We'll do the same thing here. So as you lift and squeeze, the heels are together. As you bend, really press the heels together. Extend, bend. 2. Now, if you need to lower your heels at any point and come back to what we were just doing, that's totally okay. Again, I can't see you, and you're going to do exactly what is good for you this morning. 2, 3, really squeezing those heels every time you come down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 more here. 8, last set of 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the knees bent, heels pressing together, and drawing the knees back an inch or 2, we're pulsing back. 2 counts, 2 sets of 8. 1, 2, 3. You can kind of see. 5, 6, 7, 8. Press the heels, squeeze the belly in. 5, 6, 7. Let's just do one more set for fun. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen your legs. Give them a little shake. All right, I'm going to come over to the other surface just for fun. Give myself something else to hang on to. Actually, no, I'm going to come back to the bar. I think I might be going out of frame on one or the other. Whew! Stepping our feet wide. Turn your heels in, toes slightly out. Bend your knees. So we're coming to a goddess position, a wide second position in barre. So again, you can stabilize yourself with your hand on the bar, your hand on the wall, your hand on the chair, and we'll begin to bend and lengthen, bend and lengthen. We've got 2 sets of 8 here, and then we'll do that 3 pulse down, 1 part lift. Every time I squeeze up, it reminds me to engage my core a little bit more. Here's 6, squeeze, 5, pressing down into those heels to drive your body up and long. 3, 2, 1. Down for 3, up for 1. Pulse, 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 up for 1. Pulse, pulse, pulse. There's 2. Pulse. Squeeze those legs. Drive yourself long every time. And lengthen. Here's 5. And lengthen. And 6. And lengthen. 7. And lengthen. And 8. And lengthen. Coming down, lift the heels, staying up off the heels as high as you can get them. And again, if you need to lower them, that's what you're going to do. Little pulses. 7, 6, 5. I'm shaking a little bit here. 3, 2 more sets of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm shaking. Last count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch and lower your heels. I'm taking a bar dog now. So reaching my hands to the bar or to the wall or to my chair, bringing my body into that L shape. Bend and stretch the legs a few times. Whoo. And hanging out here for a breath or two. Feel those hamstrings stretch, inner thighs widen. Keeping a nice neutral spine here. And come on up to stand. So if you have a bar, if you have a wall, if you have a chair, you'll need to bring yourself into that shape again. And we call that bar dog. And we call it wall dog in yoga. We use the wall, fingertips at the wall, same thing. And we're going to do a flow after this. So we might use the wall a little bit for that too. All right, so coming back to those glutes and thighs, we're creating that shape of a bar dog in our body. Left foot underneath the knee, underneath the hip. Extend straight back through the right leg. Tap into the strength of your core and balance your hips up. See if you cannot externally rotate that right hip, but really turn the right inner thigh towards the floor. Unlock your standing leg, so never locking limbs, whether we're doing bar or yoga. Soften that left knee, roll the right hip towards the floor. Full range of motion here. Down and lift, down and lift. Here's 3, 4. Keep counting. Second set of 8 here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more set of 8 here. 1, 2. Keep counting. Now we're taking a little curtsy here. So you're going to curtsy those right toes off the left side of your mat. Maybe you're peeking over that left shoulder. Maybe you're peeking under the left arm. Keep the left knee super soft. Curtsy and lift. And curtsy and lift. 3, 4. My left hip is tired. Yours should be too. 6, 7, 8. We're doing 12 of these. 9, 10, 11. Don't forget about your core. Hold here. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing down, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and sit down into a standing pigeon. Curl those left toes back towards your knee. Give that left hip a little love. That standing leg did a lot of good work for you. So find a little bend and stretch here. You notice how I'm not curling in. I get the better stretch when I widen my seat and stretch my heart towards the wall, the bar, of the chair. And come on back up. Give your legs a little wiggle and we'll switch sides. The left leg thanks you for switching sides. All right, so coming back into that bar dog. Hands, elbows, shoulders, hips in somewhat of a line. My bar is a little high for me. So hips, knees, and heels in a line. Right foot is underneath the knee, underneath the hip. Knee stays soft, core stays strong. Point straight back through those left toes, creating that long line from the left hand to the left toes. Draw the left hip down, unlock the right knee. We've got 3 sets of 8 here. Lower, lift, lower, lift. 3, 4, 5. Keep counting. Here's our second set of 8. 7, 6, 5. Core strong. 1 more set. Keep counting. Last 4 here. 5, 6, 7. We've got 12 little curtsies to the right. Curtsy and lift. Curtsy and lift. Here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more to go. You got it. 9, 10. Keep it going. And 12. 8 little pulses. 8, 7, just an inch or 2. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step on down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And sleep back. Standing pigeon stretch. Wide thighs, heart is reaching towards the wall or towards the bar or towards your chair. And just sit down, kind of flossing out that right hip. Give it a little love, give it a little tap. Oh. Nice job, everybody. We're coming back down to the floor for a little bit of core work. So coming down to rest on your side. Left elbow's underneath the left shoulder. You can make your palm flat or make a fist if that helps you in any way. So bring the big toes to touch and bring that right knee up so the knees are separated. Use your right fingertips for stability. Tiny little pulses here. Back, 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 back. If doing the hand jive helps you, do the hand jive. 5, 6, 7, 8. Tap into your core. Tap into the strength of that glute. Glute med, glute max. 1 more set of 8 here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand to the back of the head. We're doing a little bit of oblique. So we're lifting this whole circle of legs, keeping them exactly as they are. So big toes are touching, knees are wide. We're pulsing in, lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't feel the need to curl in this direction. We're working obliques, so working here. Feel a little crunch. 3, 4, 5, 6. Curl your belly in. Feel it in the side body. 1 more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up and lower it down. Come onto your belly for a little Sphinx pose. Wiggle your hips out a little bit. Stretch the heart forward. Roll your shoulders back. Sphinx pose, elbows are underneath the shoulders. Belly peels away from the floor, and as you drag the hands and elbows back, the heart peels forward. And then bring your forehead down, bend your knees, wiper your feet for a couple of breaths. You guys have a ton of control over this practice. So you can pause me, you can keep going with something if it feels like, oh, I could really use this. This feels really good. Pause it and keep going. We're going to post it on our YouTube page as well, or you can come back to it on Facebook, the live stream, or you can come back to it on our website, namasteyogastudio.net. That was your break. So now I'm giving you the other side here. So right elbow underneath the right shoulder, make a palm or a fist with that right hand. Again, a bend to the knees, big toes stay together. That left knee lifts. You can use the left hand for stability. We don't want to dump in here. Keeping that right side body lifted away from the floor, right shoulder back, chest is open, little pulses back with this knee. Bottom leg is on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Tiny pulses. Doesn't have to be a lot of movement, but keep your whole body engaged. One more set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lifting this whole package, left hand behind the head. We're curling in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep the heart open, right side body long. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more set here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold it up. And lower it down. Coming back onto your belly again, Sphinx pose. Hands forward, elbows underneath the shoulders. Stretch your chest. Bring your hands under your chest, curl back to puppy pose or child's pose. Woo, that was a big pop. All right, so the hips either stay over the knees for puppy, or your hips anchor back into the heels for child's pose, balasana. You can bring your hands next to your heels, a gentle curl in. Maybe you want those arms to remain super uber engaged. Maybe you're bringing those thumbs to the back of the heart. Hang out here for a few more breaths. Letting your breath come back to center, finding some steadiness and ease with your prana, with your breath. No concept of time. I had to get my clock and make sure I know where I'm going here. All right, we're moving towards the flow portion of the practice now. So we went a little bit long with the barre this morning, kind of getting used to what we need and where things are. So the flow portion will be about 20 minutes this morning. So come into your downward facing dog. You can also come into a table pose. So if you prefer, you can come into puppy or you can come into table. Otherwise, walk those hands a little further forward and come up into your downward facing dog. And begin to bend and stretch your legs. Pedal one heel at a time. Draw your belly in and extend those hips way up. Stay engaged through your entire body. You just did some good weight work, so we'll try to keep that going and so you can continue to sit at home and eat, right? So take a breath in here and a breath out. Float yourself forward to a plank pose. Your hands should be under your shoulders. You can always drop those knees to the floor. You just did a strong barre practice, so don't feel like you need to keep those knees lifted. Take a breath in here, come down knees, chest, and chin. So that looks like this, sliding through. Or maybe you'll come down in one long line, and that's called Chaturanga Dandasana. So you'll float into those toes and come all the way down in a long line. Uncurl your toes so your toenails press into the earth. Roll your shoulders back. Extend your heart. This is cobra pose. But this is cobra pose. This is cobra pose. You can also come back to a sphinx pose. Hang out here and stretch the chest. Stay connected to your core, to your legs. Take another breath in. Slowly release to the floor, downward facing dog. We'll move through those a few times just to start to warm up the entire body. So lift those knees, lift those hips, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, puppy dog, table, or downward facing dog. Lift your hips. Deep breath in, sigh it out. Shift forward, plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog, sphinx pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, coming back through hands and knees or through high plank pose. Lift long through the right leg, stretch all the way up and back. I know I'm facing the wall or my bar, and if you're not already, you might want to go ahead and do that. You may need the wall for support for some of the flow practice this morning. Stack your right hip over your left, bend, twist, and open. Maybe circle your ankle in the air. Keep that left knee unlocked, a lot or a little. Maybe take a peek under your right arm, or take a peek over the left arm to look at your heel for a deeper back bend. Balance your hips out, stretch long, and step through to a high lunge. Right knee is directly over the right heel, and rise up. Draw your belly in towards your spine, deep breath in. And as you exhale, sweep the hands back, thunderbolt. Inhale, rise up. Now you've got that wall or that bar there. So if you're close to the wall or bar and you're not feeling super balanced this morning, even though your feet are hip width apart, you can reach up and bring your hands to the bar or the wall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to the bar or the wall. 2 more of those. And again, if you're feeling the balance this morning, stretch your hands back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, reach up. Pausing right here, we'll take a little bend and stretch in that left leg. Again, if you need that bar or you need the wall, you should be standing close enough that you can use it. So wiggling back through that left knee, right knee is still over the heel. Bend into that left knee, hover it above the floor, and stretch it back. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch, open, twist. Bring the right hand towards the back of your mat. Left hand can be on the wall or the bar, or simply stretching forward. Keep squeezing your feet together. Power up and lengthen your body. Take another breath. And exhale. Bring it all the way back down. I'm stepping away from the wall. Downward facing dog. Bend and stretch your legs. Float forward, plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga to the earth. Back bend of choice, sphinx, seal, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Moving to the left side. And again, if you know you're going to use the bar or the wall, wiggle your hands a little closer. Extend your left leg, bend, twist, and open. Again, keeping an unlocked right knee. Maybe circle those toes in the air. Peek under your left arm or over your right arm. Extend your legs, square your hips, and step on through to high lunge, Alanasana. Rise up. Again, if you know you're going to use the wall, go ahead and wiggle yourself closer to the wall or the bar or the chair. Stretching straight back through that right heel. Feel some length in the front of that right hip. Left knee is over the left heel. Take a breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, either thunderbolt or hands to the bar. Inhale, reach up. Again, you can bring your hands to the wall or the bar. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, one more time. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, reach up. Now we're bending and stretching that right leg. Left knee is over the heel. You can put your hands at the wall, the bar, or the chair. Slowly bend and hover. Slowly lengthen and stretch. Slowly bend. Stay connected to your core. Spine is long. One more time. Bend and stretch. Right hand is forward. Left arm sweeps back. You can use the bar, the wall, or hover. Squeeze the leg legs together, draw your belly in, stay tall. And circle your hands to center, and we're coming back, downward facing dog. Walk it back. This time we'll pedal out that dog, so keeping the knees soft. Begin to stretch back into the right heel and deeply bend that left knee. And come back to center. Stretch back through the left heel, deeply bend your right knee, and come back to center. Start to do that to the rhythm of your breath or your music if you've got some playing. Shift yourself forward into that plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to come onto your belly. Inhale to your back bend of choice. Exhale to child, to puppy, or come back to your downward facing dog. Breathe. Reach your hands forward, your hips high once again, downward facing dog, right leg extends, three-legged dog. Now, you don't have to do this core work as we do it. You can just hold your down dog, or maybe a three-legged table works better for you where your knees are on the floor. Take a breath in here, curl your knee in, inhale, three-legged dog, exhale, curl in, three-legged dog. Exhale, curl in. Last time, three-legged dog, and we're stepping all the way up and through to warrior two. Back heel comes down in line with the front heel. I'm going to turn so you can see this side of me and not the back side of me. All right, so we've taken this shape already, right? We took this shape in our legs when we were doing the weight work. So we're going to do a little work from here in this shape. Open your arms nice and wide, flip your palms to the sky, and roll your shoulders back. Hug into your middle. Take a breath in here. Really squeeze those feet together. Feel your adductors and quads working. Don't just get lazy and be like, drinking your coffee. I mean, you can do that, but you're here, so you might as well be engaged, right? So squeeze those feet together, lengthen out through the arms. Take a breath in. Reverse your triangle. Stretch all your limbs long. And exhale, elbow to thigh. Bring your right hand to your waist. Deep breaths in and out here. Keep squeezing those feet together. Begin to take that right arm now and just dangle it down so your shoulder is soft, but the left side body is lifted. And we'll start to fly a little bit here. So inhale, reach your arm up. Exhale, lower it down. I'm actually going to bring a weight into my hand, which you can do. Exhale down. We've got 3 more of those. Inhale up. Exhale down. If you've got something going on with your shoulder, don't add the weight. Please take care of you. And one more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, pause here, relax. Take that left hand, hover it behind your shin. Really power up through the legs. Stretch up through that right hand or through the weight. Take another deep breath in. Full breath out. One more time, deep breath in here. Exhale, release. Bring your hands to the mat, pop that back heel, downward facing dog. Bend and stretch. Float into plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale to your dog pose. Bend and stretch. Wiggle out your puppy here. I'm going to switch sides again. Inhale that left leg long. Now again, you might be coming from table instead of dog, and that's fine. If you've got shoulder stuff, wrist stuff going on, just be here. You could even come down onto forearms if you have stuff going on with your wrists. There are always modifications, no excuses, okay? So coming into your table, your dog pose, extend that left leg. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl. We've got one more. Inhale, extend. Curling through, we're coming into a warrior two on the other side. So the back knee is lifted, heel comes in line, and rise all the way up. Squeeze those feet together. Deep breath in, and a full breath out. Extend your arms, warrior two, flip your palms, draw your navel in. It just occurred to me that I was doing the same side as you, but teaching opposite, because that's my mirroring, so I apologize. So whatever leg you're on, deeply bend that knee and extend back through the other foot. Open the arms to how wonderful, relax your shoulders, but squeeze those feet together. Power up adductors, quads, glutes. Come back to your breath. Reverse your triangle, extending all your limbs long. And exhale, warrior two. Place your elbow on your thigh. Roll the underside ribs through. So again, don't get lazy. Don't go into TV watching mode. Stay really engaged through the underside of the body. Let that other arm dangle a little bit here. Keep squeezing your feet together. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, lower it down. We've got 5 of these. So if you want that weight, grab the weight. Exhale down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale down. 2 more here. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, lower it down. 1 more full range of motion here, and then we'll hold it. Stretch all the way up, hold, get taller through that up the top side of the body. Take that bottom hand, hover it behind your shin. Keep squeezing your legs together, lifting up out of the rib cage. Draw your belly in, take a breath in. Full breath out. 1 more time, deep breath. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank pose. Downward facing dog. If you want that last flow through, take it. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Otherwise, we're meeting at a puppy dog or a child's pose. Coming all the way back. Big toes touch, knees apart for child, or hovering the hips over the knees or heels. Pause and breathe. Bring yourself around to a comfortable seat, finding that easy seat on the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together, your knees apart. Now, maybe your heels come really close to your groin. Maybe you're more in this Tadasana, this diamond shape in the legs. So wherever you are this morning, just let yourself be there and relax your knees a little bit, maybe a tiny little bounce to kind of work out any pops or cracks. Reach for your ankles or maybe thumbs to the arches of your feet or peace fingers to your toes. Sit up nice and tall, stretch your spine, and slowly fold in, bringing elbows to the inner knees. Stretch your heart forward. Stay with your breath. With your inhale, rise on up, fold the knees together and extend your legs, bow forward, keeping the knees unlocked. Maybe again, you've got peace fingers around the big toes or hands to the outer edges of your feet, or you're simply framing your shins or your thighs with your fingertips. Keep your heart open. Imagine that you had a big kangaroo tail on your tailbone and you were trying to flip that up and back so you weren't sitting on it. You can tell I teach a lot of kids yoga, right? So keep stretching the chest forward, but it's a good image because it keeps that back bend in your forward bend. With your next breath, rise on up again, bring the soles of your feet together 1 more time. And rock and roll a little bit, drawing the flesh away from your seat. Sit up nice and tall, take a breath, and exhale, slowly release. Chest is forward, elbows maybe to the inner thighs. Maybe this time, if your spine says yes and your low back says yes, you're going to curl forward into a softer shape. And just take it easy, take your time getting there, or stay up nice and tall with the heart lifted. So your choice, whatever position you decide to take here, just breathe and close your eyes and feel the pose throughout your body. And with your in-breath, sit on up, fold your knees together, extend your legs one more time, give them a little wiggle, and extend your chest forward. Again, getting the flesh away from the sitting bones, remembering your kangaroo tail, so you're not sitting on that. Extend your heart towards your toes. And with your breath, come up into an easy seat. We'll end with some simple twists. So reaching the arms up to the sky, take a breath, lengthen. Bring that right hand over to the left knee, left hand behind your hip, sitting tall. Use those left fingertips as an anchor to lift the left shoulder, draw it back, draw your belly in and breathe. As you inhale, come back to center, take it to the other side. Left hand crosses to the right knee. Right hand finds the earth to lengthen the spine in the right side. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, fold your hands into heart center. Now, if you want to stay here for a Shavasana, you can come on down. I always do cold lavender washcloths at the end of my class because we get a little sweaty. So maybe you can make your own cold lavender washcloth with a few drops of essential oil and some cold water. You can just keep a little tub of it in your refrigerator. Otherwise, come on into an easy seat with us. Close your eyes. Take a moment to push the reset button. Take a moment to sit in gratitude. Bringing to mind anything in your own life for which you are grateful. And there's always, always something to be grateful for. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with peace and ease in your life. And may you be happy. As I sit in the seat of teacher, it brings me so much joy, even though I'm not with you in this moment. I hope you've enjoyed your practice today. In gratitude to each of you, bow to one another as we say, Namaste. Thank you so much.